Hi, it's Wednesday. I'm going to remind people today is the law of abundance. So write your check out today before 10:20 this evening. And for more information on how to do it, you can go to my website or go to the YouTube video number 10 or last week's number 78. Okay, today we're going to talk about quince seeds. So many questions about them. And way back on November 28th, 2018, I can't believe we've been doing this long, number 7 talks about what exactly a quince seed is. It shows the quince fruit. So if you want more information about that, go to number 7. People want to know the silliest things sometimes. They wrote, a bunch of people wrote and said, if I wear the seed, will I get sick? A seed is not going to stop you from getting sick. Now, what they may be referring to is this, that if you are a person that has got a lot of sicknesses and a lot of ills, and you have to go to the hospital to have tests or a lot of blood work or CT scans, that if you've got a spirit around you or attached to you, your tests are not going to come out normal. So you need to wear a quince seed or have a quince seed on you when you're doing any of these tests. That may be what some of the people are referring to, because the seed will keep an earthbound spirit 3.5 feet away. So any test that you have will come out accurate. If a ghost is right with you when you're having these tests done, the tests are going to come back fine. The doctor's going to say, gee, there's nothing wrong. And so you don't want that. You want an accurate test. Can it take off a curse or negative energy? It cannot. However, like good energy attracts good energy, negative energy attracts negative energy. So if you wear a seed on you, a quince seed on you, the negative energy that is on you is not going to get any stronger. And don't live, again, we've talked about curses so much lately. Do the little ceremony in the back of when ghosts speak, and then get a charm, and you won't have to worry about negative energy anymore. You did my aunt's house. It was really bad 3 years ago. They were sick. Things were breaking in the house. It was terrible. After you were there, they never had another problem. I started having problems about 6 months ago. So I bought Quincy charms from your store, and I put them up over my doors. No. Apparently, I have to say, if somebody gets hold of the store and they want to buy Quincy charms, and it's more than a couple, somebody from the store is going to call and want to know what you're doing with them. Buying Quincy charms and putting them up over your doors that go directly to the outside is not a good thing. Because if you have a spirit in your house and you put those charms, tape them up over your doors, that means the spirit can't get out. And they get really, really angry if you do that. So do not put them up without checking first. You're not helping yourself, and yes, I bet since you put them up, the house has gotten worse. You know, when I come out and do a house, the house is cleared. There are no spirits in it. Ted is usually with me. He'll go around with the homeowner, get all the seeds on all the doors, and that house is secure. This is how the seeds work. And once that seed is in place, nobody that is earthbound is going to come into that house again, as long as the seeds are where they are supposed to be. And so do not, I always give, when I do people's houses, I always give a few extra. And but they're for you. They're not to hand out to your friends. You're not helping them. So it doesn't do any good to do that. I bought a quince. This gal bought a quince seed in the fall at a market, and a quince is a cross between a pear and an apple, so they come out in the fall just like all the other apples and pears. And the seed looks like either an apple or a pear seed. It's a tiny little seed. And so this gal bought a quince. She opened it up and she took all the seeds out and cleaned them up, and she ran around and stuck them up on her door. She said, it didn't work. You're right. It is not going to work. My seeds come from relatives in Italy that do some kind of energy work for them or on them. I don't know what they do. I can't do it. But as long as the seed is there, they're fine. The seed you buy, maybe you can find somebody that can energize them. I don't know. All I know is that my seeds definitely do work. And, you know, I have to say, about 3 or 4 years ago, 5 years ago now, the quince trees, actually it's a bush, they were dying. And my relatives didn't realize that anything that bears fruit doesn't live forever. And so I used to hand out quinces like M&Ms. If you needed one, I gave you one. Well, I couldn't do that because my supply was not coming in, and I'm starting to get a little worried right now because the virus has gotten a lot of my relatives really, really, really sick in Italy. And I don't know, my supply is not coming in like they used to. So I am sort of panicking a little bit because I will not come out and do somebody's house if I cannot give you the seeds to put up. That's a waste of my time and your money. So that was never going to happen. So let's just keep our fingers crossed that they can get back to doing what they do over there, like we all have to do. This gal wants to know, I think the ghost in my house has been really, really mean to my animals. Can I get a charm to put on my animals? Of course you can. But again, if you can get the house cleared and the seeds go up, then the animals will be fine. You don't have to worry about them. But if you notice that somebody or something or someone is chasing them around outside or opening up a gate and letting them out so they can run when they're not supposed to, then definitely I might think, like when I do a house, they have dogs, I always give people extra ones, and they can wrap masking tape around their collar with the seed in it, just so that the seed is on them. This one, hi Marianne, it's from Diane. Hi Marianne, your daughter Tara came to our house a number of years ago to help cross over a ghost. We had just moved into our new house, and she came home with me from work. I'm a realtor. Tara crossed her over, put the seeds up, the quince seeds up, and everything has been terrific. Now, can they still come home and stay with me in my family? Because I am in and out of a lot of houses. You are in a line of work that you should have. I'm sure Tara gave you a seed to carry on the back of your driver's license, one in your car. You have to keep a seed on you when you are in houses, showing houses. There's a lot of ghosts everywhere. And if you don't want them to follow you home, keep your seed on that Tara gave you. You know, it's crazy. I do so much work for so many real estate people now that if you're holding an open house and people are walking in the front door and running out the back, there's a reason. There's somebody or someone in that house that does not want that house sold. So a lot of times the realtor will talk to the family, and I'll go and clear the house out. Usually within a couple of weeks the house is sold, which is terrific. And it absolutely positively does work. But the weird thing is this, I tell people, okay, your house is clear. If you decide to move, take all your seeds down, put them in an envelope, call me from your new house. If that house is clear, you slap them right back up again. Well, a gal had called me, and she said, and it took a very, very, very expensive house, and it took her a little bit to sell it, a year or so, year and a half to sell it maybe. And she called me up and she says, now remind me, what do I have to do? I says, you run around, you take all your seeds down, put them in an envelope, call me from your new house. If that house is clear, you can put them right back up. She said, great. We're signing the papers on Wednesday. This was a Monday. Wednesday night, this lady is calling me and she's actually leaving a message and she's crying. So I call her back. I said, what in the world? And she said, the people would not sign the papers if I didn't leave the Quinceys. I said, you told them? She said, no. She said, but apparently they knew in every house that they went to look at, they ran their hand over the top of the doorway, and if there was a seed up there, they knew it was a good seed, or a good house rather. So if that would be the case, I would just send you some more for your new house. Okay, and this one is cute. This lady, her name is Karen, and she goes to foreign countries and she works with underprivileged girls and women that in like third world countries. And she had a bad habit of, well, she didn't have the bad habit, but a lot of ghosts would follow her from foreign countries and come home with her. And of course, somebody that does this really has very high energy, and so she would be a magnet. So, ghost, earthbound spirits would definitely attract to her. So she said, I wanted to thank you for the Quinceys. I received them before I left for India. I am here now. I wear the sun charm everywhere. I have begun to work with the girls and moms, and so far, so good. Ever since I've had the seed on me, any country that I've gone to, I have never had the problems I had before when I didn't have the seed. So thank you, thank you. If everybody knew how well these worked, there wouldn't be enough quince trees, bushes around to give everybody one. Okay, next week we're just going to talk about regular letters. Got a bunch of letters in. We're just going to do that, and I don't know if stuff is going to be canceled or not, because I do have some events coming up in June. So go to my website, mariannewinkowski.com, and if they get canceled, I will definitely, put it out there that it'll be canceled. So have a good, safe week, and everybody stay healthy, and we'll talk next Wednesday. Thanks.